我南无满足喜悦，南无所喜悦，南无我南无喜悦所好，我南无满足喜悦，南无所喜悦，南无我南无喜悦所好。也就当作给中南了，将就半路那里给自己，大概去年给别做那给做了，并且上给做到，我上去知道那是中南了，将就半路那里给自己，大概去年给别做那给做了，并且上给做到，说。知道自己中南了，将就半路那里给自己，大概去年给别做那给做了，并且上给做。一直行在路上，遇上人情人节见宝地，三界尽头没见过，都给他掏钱吧，绝吧说，不如让他们到老上里把他要，Please adjust your sitting posture according to the seven meditative postures of Bodhisattva.
When you say economy, I'm guessing pricing, yeah? Or does it mean something else?
All sentient beings have been my mothers. All sentient beings have been my mothers, not just once, but for numberless times. All sentient beings are as kind as my mother in this life. Even though all kind of other sentient beings want happiness and do not want even a small suffering, due to mistakenly engage with objects of adoptions and abandonment, they do not experience any happiness but suffering. Sincerely generate loving kindness towards all kind of other sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if all kind of other sentient beings were to have excellent happiness and causes of excellent happiness that are virtues. May they have excellent happiness and its causes. I'll cause them to have excellent happiness and its causes. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. Next we generate compassion towards all suffering mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if the bodies of all suffering mother sentient beings, free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as pain, sickness, and harm caused by four elements. May their bodies be free from the discordant class. I'll free their bodies from the discordant class. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as the sufferings of fear and all coarse and subtle negative discursive thoughts. May their minds be free from the discordant class. I'll free their minds from the discordant class. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the speech of all suffering mother sentient being were free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as lying and all coarse and subtle negative speech. May their speech be free from the discordant class. I'll free their speech from the discordant class. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the three lords of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue. May their three doors be free from the discordant class. I will free their three doors from the discordant class. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if all sentient beings were free from all suffering and the causes of suffering that are non-virtues. May they be free from all suffering and its causes. Our freedom from all suffering and its causes. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. Next, we generate bodhicitta. First, we ask ourselves, who should take the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and lower realms? I should take the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and lower realms. Even though I should take the responsibility, I do not have the ability to place them in the state of perfect, complete enlightenment now. Who has such abilities? Only those who have achieved the state of perfect, complete enlightenment have the abilities to do so. Therefore, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, by all means, I will achieve the precious state of enlightenment.
이제 이제 통지되는 사실 공부도 셔 세 군데가 되는 한 가지가 다 이제 그것도 있는 거지 제가 저도 세 군데 대단히 잘 쓰는 한 가지가 이제 뭐 되게 되게 좀 생각하는 것 같은 좀 쓰는 것 같은 아주 인적이 있어요.
Next, we generate all-encompassing yoga mind, the aspiring conventional bodhicitta that thinks, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. These transform into the aspect of a complete mundis at one's heart. And the ultimate bodhicitta, that is one's mind becoming one taste with emptiness, all phenomena lack inherent existence. These transform into the aspect of a white five-pronged vajra on top of the mundis.
이제 뿐만 아니라 쓰는 방식 덕분이로 뭐 지금 찾아낼 때 찾아낼 때 지금도 다 피하는 되는 다 지식은 기와 된다 내식이 취지가 되는 것이 바로 지금 다 보면 지금
Next, we meditate on emptiness for a short while. The self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently one. If they were inherently one, they would necessarily establish as partless one. If they were partless one, they are following faults. It would be pointless to assert a self. The self would become many. The self would subject to production and disintegration. It would be unreasonable to remember past lives. Karma one has done would go wasted. One would meet with karma one has not done. Therefore, the self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently one.
이제 모두 무슨 쪽에서 그런 이제서 그런
Stay.
그런 그런 게 좀, 되게 또한 싸우듯이
The self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently different. If they were inherently different, they would necessarily establish as unrelatedly other. Therefore, the self and the aggregates do not exist at the self and the aggregates neither exist as inherently one nor inherently different, and thus are empty of inherent existence.
그래서 다 그러나 무슨 쪽에서 그런 진짜 가지고 있는 시 개체 무슨가 정말 보다 거기서 지금 무슨 말인지 那就是你年少不是，就你世界都是掉就等于他等别去的你是，我是去找东西，我把就为了帮你，我应该这个年少不是这个经历过是认识，我是去找东西，搞的没有接受。
As I always say, it's very important to conjoin the roots of virtue of our three doors with the practice of six perfections. That's to conjoin these roots of virtue with the practice of six perfections is as follows. The first one is generosity. The nature of generosity is a mind of giving. It's a mind of giving. These roots of virtue of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma is for the sake of attaining happiness and purifying the sufferings of all sentient beings. If I engage in these roots of virtue with this manifestation of this mind, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of generosity.
也就是我是出境里面，按照不好意思的出境我什么东西，年少不是几个是，你个民间也不错什么就最多的，另外呢，按照年少不是结婚，这个是给人的自己的意思。
Next is morality. The nature of morality is a mind of abandonment. During these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, I will properly abandon my physical and verbal misdeeds without letting them manifest. If I engage in this manner, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of morality.
我随后晓得我这个生活的随便我什么东西，他年少不是级别高是，等于你现在等待到刚才我这个不能被随一个人的刚才年少不是结婚呢，第一个是给这个习惯什么的是意思。
Next is patience. The nature of patience is an undisturbed mind. During these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, I will patiently accept any physical hardships, and difficulties of my body and my mind. If I engage in this manner, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of patience.
真的是我的对什么，真是我什么东西。那年少不是结果了，搞的终的年少不是真的什么呢？也不是给他这个本来是一回事。
Next is joyous effort. Joyous effort, the nature of joyous effort is a mind enthusiastic for virtue. I will joyfully and enthusiastically engage in these roots of virtue of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma. If I engage in this manner, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of joyous effort. 上辈子的身体里面的最多的那个上辈子我什么东西，很可能年少不是几个个是，身体忙多还忙要，对吧？年少不是几个，你小娃这个把身体太多，你年少不是结婚了，那第一个是给他的上辈子的是意思。 Next is concentration. The nature of concentration is a mind that single-pointedly focuses on virtuous object. During these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, I will single-pointedly focus my mind on this virtuous activity of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma without being overcome by distractions and discursive thoughts. If I engage in this manner, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of concentration.
而且一直过的学的是我什么东西，他年少不是现在不用看的，细节嘛那么样，细都不是就为了，那第一个是也在这学的是关键的是意思。
The last one is wisdom. The nature of wisdom is a knower that thoroughly distinguishes phenomena. fully and unmistakably understand the words and meanings of the Dharma that I listen to, contemplate, and meditate on. If I engage in this manner, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of wisdom. Set a good motivation. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. For this, I will listen to the holy teaching and practice accordingly in order to benefit sentient beings. So today we are going to talk about the outlines of offerings emanated by mind. And under this outline, there are two subdivisions. There's two divisions. The first one is surpassable offering. The next one is unsurpassable offering. And the first one is surpassable offering. Under the outlines of, under the divisions of surpassable offering, it has 12 subdivisions. 12 are, the first one, ablution, garment, ornament, ointment, flowers, incense, foods, lights, inestimable palace, parasols, musics, and that blessed continuously in the aspect of offering. And the first one, ablution, again, it has 3 divisions. The first one is bathing chamber. The second one is modes of offering bath. And the third one is wiping the body, the holy body. Under the outlines of bathing chamber, the verse is verse number 10. To very sweetly scented bathing chambers with brilliantly sparkling crystal floors and exquisite pillars ablaze with gems, having canopies above and below with clothes. So usually when we do pujas, then before that, then we do this offering ablution, ritual of offering ablution. So when we do this ritual, then we also recite the same verse to this verse, that the verse number 10, to very sweetly scented bathing chambers and etc. in order to generate the, in order to visualize the bathing chamber.
기본 거라고 이동 그 가보다 제인디에서 가보 제인디 아가라서 어디 그 매도 계시고 그래서 마음도 지간다 비지바 요새 그 진짜 와 우리 지금 계시고 시기 싸게 그 가서 싸 왜죠 시도를 내버리시라 싸만 지금 들어와 널 내버리시죠 다른 지금 몇 가와다 누마라서 이도 뭐 들어와 지금 이도 근데 때는 또 무지개 쳐 그래서 지 아이 쇼여가 왜죠 말이죠 날이서 무섭게 고로로 쓰다야 들어와 진짜 와 어디 들리시 예 지금 들리 영어 쪽 그래서
So for visualizing breathing chambers, so we also recite these first, verse number 10. So to visualize these bathing chambers, so we visualize the bathing chambers that is very nice. This bathing chamber is very nice. And then as it says in verse number 10, so breathe in sweetly scented bathing chambers. So sweetly scented such as the scents from flowers, from camphor, from sandalwood, from agarwood, and etc. So to very sweetly scented bathing chambers with brilliantly sparkling crystal floors. So the floors are crystal clear and also very clean, sparkling clean, and uh, then the beams and pillars and etc. So below with gems, precious gems, and etc. And having canopies, and the surroundings are aglow with pearls and different types of jewels.
나도 지금 제가 되지로 왔다. 너는 시시다. 시 제일 거야 좀 봐. 나 지금 제가 되지. 나 와서 취소스 들어 봐. 나 지금 제가 취소로 와. 나 취소를 가지고 이게 시대 때 있으나라는 제 그거 뭐 먹기 좋지. 요원에 봐. 까만에 봐. 로봇 같은 거 취소해서 어디 주로 지도 와.
So verse number 10 doesn't require much explanation. So is as it says in verse number 10. Next is having visualize the bathing chambers. The next one is offer ablution or offer a bath to the Tathagatas and so forth. Then there is verse 11. I beseech the Tathagatas and their children to come and bathe their bodies abundantly from many jewel vases filled with waters scented and enticing to the accompaniment of song and music.
어디 가서 지금 취소스 되다. 아, 취소 이유도 가다 되지 봐. 취소 이유 들어와. 취소 이유도 되지 봐. 대세 무슨 하세요. 들어와. 취소 이유도 되지 봐. 대세 무슨 거. 취소가 가다 나는 지금 배려야 돼. 세서 지금 봐. 이거 가다 지금 공부하지 봐. 이거 배려야 돼. 세라서 시비 되지. 말은 같이 보지. 이게 나라 마음도 피지. 그러나 그 지신 뭐 지신 주신도 나서봐 이제 됐다. 어디는 출간해서 매도로 이게 됐고 마시고 뭐 정말 이제 유동한테 매도가 지금 내가 통화시다. 그래서 줄와 뭐도 배려를 시비 세라서 그 되시도 공부하기와 뭐다 가나 호시기와 호시기 진짜 이거지. 이 가다 출라서 통화되어 근데 시도 매도 가서 받아 주의 건가 네 주의도 리벨에 가까운지 그때 리벨 이쪽 이쪽으로 그가 넘어가서 막 이게 다다 뭐가 주서 그래서 내가 기술을 시도하다 그랬지 지도 뭐가 그다 데려간다 뭐 되게 취소를 가서 이게 이제 뭐 지 그래서 지금 뭐세 뭐 기술을 되시
So in this verse, I beseech the Tathagatas and their children. So this indicates the object we bathe. So the object to which we offer ablution, offer the ablution. So that is Tathagatas and their children, and to come and bathe their bodies abundantly from many jewel vases filled with waters scented and enticing. So waters scented and enticing. So it means that those jewel vases they are made of those stones and etc., gold and etc. Then there's nicely filled with scented waters, such as those waters scented with flowers, incense, and etc. So then to the through the accompaniment of song and music. So we bathe the bodies of Tathagatas and their children, then with waters from many jewel vases, and they are scented and enticing, together with song and music. So that's why when we offer the ritual of bathing, the bathing ritual, then we also play the cymbals and also beat the drum as well. So the purpose of offering ablution to Tathagatas and their children is for the practitioners. So practitioners, when they engage in listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, sometimes the mind is not clear. Not clear as in due to confusions and ignorance, and then they are obscured by negative karma and negativities since accumulated since beginningless time. So through offering ablution to Tathagatas and their children, and then through these, then it eliminates the darkness, or obscurations by negative karma and negativities and ignorance. So this is the purpose why we offer ablution to Tathagatas and their children. Through offering ablution to the Tathagatas and their children, then we visualize all our darkness and obscurations and confusions are totally eliminated. So this is the purpose why we offer ablution to the Tathagatas and their children. So next is, so wiping the holy body. So this is just like how we usually, when we take a shower, then this is how we do. So after shower, then we wipe our body dry. So that first is verse 12. Let me dry their bodies with incomparable cloths, clean and well anointed with scent, and then may I present them with fragrant, well-dyed garments. The first two lines. So let me dry their bodies with incomparable cloths, clean and well anointed with scent. So the first two lines of verse 12. So having bathed their bodies, then we wiped their bodies clean. So then this is how we usually do as well. So after a shower, then we wipe our body, we dry our bodies with a very nicely scented towels and etc. Of course. So this similarly, then we having bathed the bodies of the Tathagatas, then we wipe their bodies with a very uh, nice cloth, unparalleled, smooth and clean and nicely scented cloth.
当然，这几个你的那我就说了，那我的话，你看我的学的那我就知道多嘛，大家认识的，的话大的话，这听过了，把这他们的必须出了嘛，那些出了，那等到这高度就不会说的，我说，别的别去如果的你我收的啊，做晒，或者对，那也是啊，是吧？做了不去晒，理解这个不是没问题。第二点嘛，就任何时候就呢，这挺多的的主要嘛，快一点，等于呢，但他第一个什么就不希望第三步是或者是干嘛的，看到如果我错了全部是理解的也是，
没法切你的必要的，
他们不接受的，因为是别的你我的话，如果我你就别说啥去了，不。必须啊，
拼命来说，
我靠，是
好多人求呀的哦，所以讲，做，
第一步呢，去做的，需要按照的，这都是执行目标啊，那是吧？这里的第一步到了的时候啊，而且是好的时候的，我所以我们讲执行目标的，当初没事的时候，当初没事，你当初嘛的，那两年前的如果我做一下，就是说呢，或许如果啊，对不对？我是在创造情况时候，我一个也偏一条里面也是不缺的，就是那么也是，但是用那个对企业这个挂下来，就我也是，
that's all. So we visualize that we are offering nicely scented cloths and etc. To the Tathagatas and their children. So then in this verse, the first two lines, let me dry their bodies with incomparable cloths, clean and well anointed with scent. So in general, for an ordained person, we are not allowed to use these fragrances or we are not allowed to use fragrances and etc. And this is prohibited by Buddha himself. So, however, in this context, so in order for the practitioners to accumulate extensive merits, then the practitioners, so even an ordained person, they anointed with cloths, anointed the cloth or cloth with nice scent or fragrances, and then offer this cloth to to dry the Tathagata's bodies. So in this context, then the practitioners, even though he's a lay person, then is allowed to use fragrances to put on the cloth and etc. Then offer to Tathagata's body.
Oh, dear. I was a question say, Jelaya, the devotee, that's the one. That's what people are what will be able to give a year, which that day she said, then on the period. Still soon. In it, a couple of G, not that she, among present, someone also was it.
And next is having dried their bodies, and you offer garments to them. So this is how we usually do as well. So the only difference is the objects that we offer is different from what we use in the daily life. So and there are 3 lines. So and then may I present them with fragrant, well-dyed garments, manifold, thin and soft clothes.
What do you want? Study the Nasa period. Nasa period that you bought him as my sheets up. Some of our society like Pita was she did Jason. She said, Jason, she did a carbon letter G. The hint of Tishima, Yama. I am yes, right. That was the thing that the kind of we are really going to another two what. Yeah, I did another the level which is 그 진비 자기 정신 바이나 인바 정신 바이나로 진박 정신 바이나 하장 배송보다 스바다 이경보다 이들 서다야 보자 아도 니게 보여 봐 근데 막 야, 뭔가 더 이제 뭐 해서 봐 그래서 해서 해서 봐
So here then we offer garments to the Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas. So then we offer those garments are of very nice color, or very nicely scented, and also very soft and a very nice fabric. If we offer these garments to ordained persons, then we offer the suitable garments to the ordained ones. And if we were to offer garments to lay bodhisattvas, then we offer those garments that are very thin, nice fabric, a nice color. The shape is nicely done, and basically you make then you offer the very nice fabric and garments to the objects of offering.
오디로와 다 뒤지를 맞으되 다 나서 비서와 나서 비서 뒤에 다야 해야 된다와 나서 뒤에 맞을 뒤에 다야 되고 비서와 뒤에 뒤에 저도 뒤에다 뒤에다 보고 그래서 된다 이제 우리 소라 진바지 있어 비서와
Having offered garments, then we offer ornaments to the Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas. Verse 13, second to fourth lines. Now they adorned with hundreds of these and that supreme ornaments, the Ayas, Samantabhadra, Manjugosha, Avalokiteswara, and so forth.
이제 가서 제일 내지나서 가서 다 진짜 자타되다 이제 봐 근데 두고라서 다 제가서 그런다 그래서 방식 방법 다른다 뭔가 싶어다 이제 비어 이게 오시 나서 봐 어디다 무슨 무슨 말하는 거
So are adorned with hundreds of these and that supreme ornaments. So supreme ornaments such as earrings, anklets, bracelets, and so forth. Then to the Ayas, Samantabhadra, Manjugosha, Avalokiteswara, Maitreya, and so forth.
이제 다 무슨 뜻이 이제 나가 되는 거와 하나서 이번에 대시 받으러 가서 내가 너무 다른 이제 해도 뭐 있어야 될한 반다 그렇게 되는 거 취소 이거 이제라 뭐 그렇게 혹시 되게 나서 누가 되지라 진짜 다 네가 다 사이지라 스포츠에서 다 딱 와요 이제는 수분을 또 놓아 나 진짜 좋아해 다 와 대시 받으러 대시 받으러 어서 그들 되게 더 지와 좋아 좋아 그거들 되게 더 비전하게 도와가 지금 좀 뭐시죠 예전 뭐 대다 시거지 요즘은 니에데스 되와 그건 니에데스 되와 그게 지금 또
So this is just like how we usually do. So we we take a towel, then we dry our bodies, then we put on garments, put on clothes, and we put on ornaments such as earrings. And after that, then we wear perfumes and so forth. So then similarly, then here is having offered ornaments, then we offered ornaments. And the verse is verse 14. By polishing pure refined gold, I anoint the bodies of the lords of subduers that blaze with light, with the choicest perfumes whose fragrance permeates throughout the billion worlds. So, so this is how we recite the different lines, right? I offer water for bathing the feet, water for drinking, and then wine and gende also, right? So gende refers to scented waters or fragrances or perfumes. So agam panyam gende.
그거도 되지 마서 또 그렇게 되다 그래서 이거 하자는데 총 아파 협치고를 쳐주게 되는 거라 그때 있고 와 다시 그렇게 되지
So basically here we offer a very nice fragrance that pervades, that permeates throughout the billion worlds, and it is a very long lasting. So the smell, it doesn't last for just 1 or 2 days, it lasts for a very, very long time. So basically we offer a very nice fragrance to lots of subduers and together with their children. So again, it doesn't require much explanation. So basically we just make offerings. We offer a very nice fragrance to objects of offering. Next, we offer flowers, verse 15. And to the highest objects of giving, the lords of subduers, I offer all enchanting, sweet-smelling flowers, such as mandara, lotus, and opala, and beautiful, well-arranged garlands. So then we offer these very beautiful flowers to lots of subduers. So those flowers, they are loose flowers and they are flower garlands as well. So we just like in the Indian traditions, and they make those flowers into a very nice flower garlands and then offer. So then basically we offer those flowers as those flowers. They are very beautiful to Bodhisattvas and their children. So those flowers can be mandara flowers, lotuses, pala flowers and so forth. So those flowers gives off a very nice scent, and we with a pure motivation and faith, then we offer these flowers to Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas in order to accumulate extensive merits. So having offered ornaments, ointments, flowers, and so forth, and flowers, then next we offer incense. So after offering ornaments, ointments, flowers, then we offer incense. The verse is first 2 lines of verse 16. I also offer clouds of incense, whose pervasive sweet aroma steals away the mind. So then we offer offer clouds of incense. So clouds of incense also means that there are many different types of incense, incense such as naga wood, sandalwood, and so forth, and whose pervasive sweet aroma steals away my mind. Then we offer these very nice clouds of incense with very sweet aroma to brothers and so forth.
뭐 되게 간단하고 아무도 된 것도 없다. 이게서 나중에 와서 한 가지 비교해도 그건 시비를 그 제우가 하루에 비교해서 지고요. 다 하는 거예요.
也是他是对的举杯了，
그래서这些说的没都是하는 거. 그 기지说的对这个기지 들도 좀 봐. 그 기지다.
유대.
기지说你的是说呢你하는 거. 어떻게 그때 해지도 와. 그 해지 누구를 만나서 와. 누구를 만나서 와. 그 해지를 간다. 그래서 서둘러서 찍어이 하셔나는 뭐 리서치 와. 저는 지금 되는 것이고.
So flowers is bouquet. So we when we in the puja then we recite agam, panyam, and etc. Right? So agam, panyam, gende. So gende is fragrance. Then fumes or fragrant water. Then pupe is flowers. So we have in the visualization. Then we have already offered flowers. Then we also offer incense. So incense is pupe. Then after incense or pupe, then we offer food. So food is mute. So then it's verse 16, third and fourth lines. I offer to them the delicacies of the gods with a variety of foods and drinks too.
刚学习的看到习题去吧，你看动物去吧，我所谓的动物的肯定的必须把只是来看到的话，不管说你这个看到运气，你这个热了说吧，这里就被他东西不一样，不得了，听多了说吧，这就苦啊，嘛，他们是个样，啥了说吧，这就也是听多了说这里边，你那怎么说啊？那怎么我把这个比较呢？跟他是，跟他了，要写说，好的。很多，这个别的问题是吧？我只是比较过这个看的，别的、领导，那个没多了什么利益，的，我工作你知道被啥的，工作化了是吧？我这是别的看的，你只说被，是吧？比如被怎么样，是吧？我这是别的，我你这说，那本身的话是在这个当中生活，对于是在的话。
So I offer to them. So them refers to emperors and their children, the delicacies of the gods with the varieties of foods and drinks too. So the delicacies of the gods. So those divine foods, then together with a variety of foods and drinks too. So varieties of foods such as those different types of grains, fruits, and also and drinks too. So that includes fruit juice and so forth. Those that are very nice, pleasant, delicious to drink. So we offer these to Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas.
我觉得这就差不多。他第一脑子晓得嘛，脑子晓得阿拉不是没有啊，这就差不多。他自己别嘛差不多台湾人，你就别那的我其实经历多。
Next, we offer lights. So lights is in puja. Then we usually we cite it as aloke. So verse 17, first two lines. I also offer them jewel lamps arranged on golden lotus buds.
那这档我说我的，能这的，我说你是知道我是在哪里准备票的嘛？说比赛的，他准备的就是首先那个设计，我现在说嘛说你不去用，这设计这设计首先有嘛，是吧？这设计设计必须，但一所说的，也会有是吧？也都非常大嘛，我这一点也都非常大嘛，是吧？在电脑是也是也都非常大嘛，是吧？也都非常大嘛，是，也都非常大嘛，基本。那还讲这个，你没遇到嘛？我在地地那边，让他这个刚才弄这是这个地区吧？ 也等于那的叫不得，那都不是不去，那就是对那个哇，因为那个移动，我这个的把手摊起来把，那我的全部把这个过去，那也会有去，那的话，我那塞是吧，塞过去，我认识多。
So here we offer lamps. So I also offer them jewel lamps. So jewel arranged on golden lotus buds. So it means that it indicates the lamps itself and also the vessel of the lamp. So golden lotus buds. So golden lotus buds means that the vessel of the lamp, the shape is like a lotus flowers with variegated petals. That is very nice. And then that is made of gold. And then the jewel lamps then adorned with different jewels. And the lamps or the light itself is very clear. And then it's very clear. And then it pervades. How's it? The brightness is the brightness pervades. How's it? How's it? This now they are able to anything cover no yeah. So the lamp so those lamps are clear and then are radiating bright lights.
那就看到阿罗的西了，我也能给他了是吧？那这些我都也没看过的，这些了是吧？也没看过，啥子？是不对吧？所以到底就是说的那个我什么到那里，那我的是不是这个对，那理解不当，没详细讲我其实我在这个什么记得是吧
？Offer the nice lamp with a very nice with bright light. So that is lamps, offer lamps. And next we offer inestimable palace. And the verse is verse 17 and verse 18. Upon ground anointed with incense, I scatter loose, pleasing flowers to those who have the nature of compassion. I offer inestimable palaces resounding with melodious praises, beautified by and blazing with hanging ornaments of gems of pearls that adorn the infinite stage.
下面个我这个干啥？那是给到我，是给到人去过晓得，下面看这地方那个厉害是吧？是给到是吧？那是给来不到啊是呢？那你看，我们这边不许过法，预告，对吧？预教的这个说这些，这个去教，我这个多少什么重要的东西，那么给我东西，这个不重要的，我当然我比较知道，就这个事。他都研究这个时候，你自己的东西，你懂吗？是吧？那没有办没有关系，日本怎么想？这些这个能地方的设计背景学习没到这些，那历史的结果，那就没法子修有啊。我这个东西，设计第一阶，他设计第二个呢，将来或者什么，或者那个那个特别是吧？或者对，那一个他的老师嘛，你设计对。对个让人家运动啊，一点他都老是这个去，如果你这个给你保障，他说问题，他这移动的保障，你能不能还有不得不冒了什么？我现在这个这样的对，就是皮皮的，新的新年不打的话，新年不，你说的阳年不知道呀，阳年不等，等你给找着我去，就在找着我等你去，这个是比较也是我讲的，是吧？
So upon ground anointed with incense, I scatter loose, pleasing flowers. So it's just like how we welcome Rinpoche to the centers. Then we arrange many different types of flowers, then and scatter those beautiful flowers around the area. So and together with nice incense and fragrances. So this is how we how's it just like how we welcome Rinpoche to our centers. Then we also do the same, offer upon this ground anointed with incense, and I scatter loose blazing flowers. So this the ground is very pure, clean, crystal clear, and then anointed it with different different types of incense. Then I scatter loose blazing flowers on the ground and everywhere. Then and also we recite mandala as we offer mandala verse, right? So verse here you can see here Sajipraki Jushin metal drum. So this ground anointed with perfume strewn with flowers. So Sashi is brown, here is perfume, and Chu is anointed. Then metal drum, then you metal then is strewn with flowers or scattered with flowers. So that is what it means. And to those who have the nature of compassion, Tathagatas and so forth, I offer inestimable palace. So inestimable palaces. So these palaces are very nicely visualize it as a very nice palace, majestic and so forth, and then resounding with melodious praises. So in those palaces, then there are gods and goddesses they are singing melodious praises. So if you were to put it in a modern context, then it would be like singing a very nice songs, and then beautified by and blazing with hanging ornaments of gems and pearls that adorn the infinite space.
我记得呀，他们的原来讲，我这个，他是带去吧，原来讲去吧是，他是吧，那的找我去吧，那是没不希望给他去，是的吧，他这个都的吧，他都不的吧，他都的，这个这设计有啊去，已经弄不用去，你来的，我这样样，到时突然的我其实，你看吧，到。
Next is offer parasols, verse 19. Eternally shall I offer to the lords of subduers jewel parasols with golden handles and pleasing ornaments embellishing the rims, standing upright, their shapes beautiful to behold.
我刚才这个人经常做的这个读的话，我经常做这个他的，现在的这边去拿做的书吧是这个书啊，这个那个读，一般读这个经常做这个，这看的一个对里面有些可能程度多一些，我是你有些了什么这个程度，这多就可能是单独的不对吧？是吧？里面有些真多的话，我肯定是就，那个读个设计的话，我这个下次的呗，设计。设立，设立主管，是设立这个是的，这个我设计这个，或者了，那如果的话，那个超过出来呗，这样的，不用那个一定情况，但是目前尽量是，也的话，但这个影响的话，或者的话，我那等于对，这个是一年吧，我说但是我也不能去，是吧？当然的，把大半年被。他这样的一个问题后果，是吧？那肯定刚才不往谁的结果了，往谁的结果了，这个是吧
？Jewel parasols with golden handles. So jewel parasols means that those parasols are made of different jewels such as gold and so forth, with golden handles and pleasing ornaments embellishing the rims and so forth. So the rims or the edge of those parasols are adorned with many beautiful various jewels and so forth, apples and so forth. And then he's standing upright, and their shapes are very beautiful to look at, and then very beautiful and pleasant to behold. And to lots of subduers, I eternally offer.
他的确这样子的，我们的话，我们下半身主要在这里吧，我们讲的全网注意到这个星期哦，是的话，我这里这里这样区别这个么，让你用的是身体部分，世界的，你呢，是不是你的区别是跟就那个进度啊？
Next, we offer music. So in the puja, then we recite Shabda. So Shabda is music. So verse 20, besides those, may collections of offerings resounding with sweet, pleasing music, clouds that appease the sufferings of sentient beings, remain individually.
他罗摩的看到批评破败那了是吧？罗摩是等我的，就不了是吧？等于罗是吧？罗摩让面你懂吗？那这把整个身体的本动啊生，那个嘛这里有的话，是那个别，我们心嘛嘛是个，这里讲的罗摩这不讲的讲的，2年不的，2年不的，3年不，这里边有不是，对吧？这地底下罗的罗。이거 뭐 들리기 됐다 들리기 있는데 간사 간다 이거 뭐 피해야 돼 그래서 그 그런 좀 같은 이거 친구 나왔죠 비집에 이거 사실 님도 좋아 뭐 들리다 치겠다 님도 어디 피해야 돼
So here we offer different offer musics. So musics such as those of uh, the drum from the drum or from bells and so forth. So just by hearing it, it eliminates the sufferings of sentient beings. So it's just like sometimes when we feel not happy or down, then sometimes we listen to very pleasant music or some nice songs, then it eliminates the worry or the unhappiness in our mind, right? So just like this, then we offer music we offer music to the Dekatas and so forth. And those musics are so nice that just by hearing it, and it eliminates the sufferings of sentient beings.
어디 이제서 뭐 들이 저거 중요한 다 담아 저거 중요한 다 들어와 그래서 저거 중요한 다 담아 집에 남아 집에 저 신경을 받지 아주 공부 단계는 이제 너무 고생가 인생으로 나서 저 이미 채고 뭐가 쉬고 스키로 와 저거 필요가 되면 좀
Next is that bless continuously in the aspects of offering. The verse is verse 21. May a rain of flowers and gems descend continuously upon all the Dharma jewels and upon the reliquaries and holy images. The reliquaries is stupas.
这比较说到原来就你中国那一就是这个话，这个我的就是这个这个话，就是给那个是因为我就决定，
그 콘주에는 데 볼람이라.
这个的不决定，对吧？就是因为我就他的是一个是早前的一个决定，那是我这个来说不是这，我的能力，他怎么就是咱不的说话，不让说话，是是的，说了可能这个没多少是给确定巧，就这个，那国外其实就不就把它就这个独立，因为是肯定有个情况，对吧？
So upon all the Dharma jewels, so Dharma jewels such as the 12 branches of scriptures, and also Dharma jewels that all the Dharma jewels, and upon the reliquaries. So reliquaries, in other words, are stupas. So those stupas that hold those very precious relics and so forth, the supports of the mind. And those stupas and those holy images, the holy images such as the image of deities, those Buddhas, deities, and so forth. Then may a rain of flowers and gems. So may a rain of may a rain of offerings such as flowers and gems descend continuously.
当我的去过的我都说去过的接的东西，来回有啊，他刚对来往是没有啊，那就是我是去过的吧，新这个片吧，就是也是吧，确定了，还讲到故事，我就特别我就过来的我说吧，我不知怎么讲的，他经过这个片的啊，这个情况就差不多我觉得我，结果是看到。他这个国际嘛，都把它把理解到那个里头，我们那个也理解了清楚啊。
So we make those offerings is like a rain, then befall on those Dharma jewels such as those scriptures, Pangyu and Dingyu, and then also on stupas and also deity images, holy images such as those images of deity, as, statues, monkas, and so forth, then may rain of offerings such as flowers and gems descend continuously.
어디 다 저거 너무 좋니 써봤지 이들은 나도 저거도 나는 여기 저거 나는 여기 저거서 이거 와 뭐도 나는 여기 저거 참 계셔 나는 여기 저거 참 계셔 아 뒤에들은 나는 여기 저거서 되게 싫어 와 나는 여기 저거 아니 무슨 저거다 근데 뭐 이게 되게 뭐 쓰다 쟤는 주의해서 어디도 해먹지 뭐
So up to this point is surpassable offering. Next is unsurpassable offering. So the verse is verse 22. In the same way as Manju Gosha and so forth have made offerings to the victors, similarly do I bestow gifts upon the Tathagatas, the protectors, as well as their children.
어디 다 들어와 가지가 간다는 거 그게 예 그다음 그냥 무슨 시지요 무슨 와 무슨 이제 저거 시지요 그러니까
Zani, shum을 napinaji,
시지요
tiki kare.
무슨 시지 같이 누구야
자생기에 세계에.
시지요 누구야 나와 지우라 내가 그래서 이거 봐야지
지리비오래. 라와서.
我相信你世界有啊，
嗯
的，相信你世界，相信你世界的，啊，那就说，相信你世界了什么？这个，肯定不光他因为缺钱的时候，他这种骗时候，这个因为缺钱，那还刚好这里，那还刚好这里，别往那个也去过骗，别往那个去过这个，比我认识是吧？别往那个去过比我，那个他想就是我这个看的。那看到等到呢，长期是把上面去过，到那是哪里？上面去过吧，对吧？是吧？说到这里，到了电话时代就过来，对吧？哎，那些大的理起来了，大头啊，大的讲理起来的，我在地方了，大的地方地方也就是也是我的朋友带领的嘛，他骗嘛，就到朋友带了，对不对？
So just like Manjushri, Samantabhadra, and so forth. So those bodhisattvas who have attained powers, so such as those bodhisattvas, 8 great bodhisattvas, Manjushri, Samantabhadra, and so forth. So when they make offerings, they actually made and also emanate different types of offerings, filling the whole space and offer it to conquerors, offer it to conquerors and so forth. Then similarly, I also offer, just like those great bodhisattvas, I also make extensive offerings, just like those bodhisattvas, such as 8 great bodhisattvas, they make an extensive offerings, filling whole space and offer it to Tathagatas. Then similarly, I also offer these extensive offerings to Tathagatas and so forth.
我的这个家庭，传统的这个是啥意思？这个老百姓呢，你那个想到可能是你自己的传统的什么是这些的，他相信你自己的对我是吧？你看传统的这个是，你看这啥意思？基本上是能给你想法跟得上。
基本上是，理解了。
你看传统的这个是啥意思？基本上是能给你想法的。 像是跟得上，理解的吧？
讲对吧的南给宁波，
你看，从这生意就在南给宁波，再讲吧。
讲吧。
跟得上，像是跟得上。
必须搞那个啥的写的，怎么能写？
那我就早那个。 鸡蛋两样老说什么的，那说到那个是多讲是这世界的，那是我说的这个。
有啥的？
namkin ni boro. Namkin shamba kulu, shamba kulu sa.
Tibetan nam se de. Tibetan ina di thage kai. Sakataka. Tibetan nam se. Oh. Yes. 为什么呀？Because as I was trying to as I recite one verse, it contains the names of 8 great bodhisattvas. So Geshe-la says these 8 great bodhisattvas are. So then Geshe-la recited the verse, and then 8 great bodhisattvas are Manjushri, Vajrapani, Generesic, 圣宁波的看，圣宁波的Karba, Siti Karba, and also Sava Nivarana Viskambin, Akasha Gaba, Maitreya, and Samanta Bhadra. So these are the 8 great bodhisattvas. I repeat, sorry. So Manjushri, Vajrapani, Generesic, Siti Karba, Sava Nivarana Viskambin, Sava Nivarana Viskambin, and Akasha Gaba, Maitreya, and Samanta Bhadra.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah. So previously, we also briefly talked about the meaning of surpassable offering and unsurpassable offering. So as I mentioned before, so the etymology of surpassable offerings are those they are surpassable offerings means that there are other offerings surpass it. There are other offerings surpass it, then those are surpassable offerings. And the etymology of unsurpassable offerings means that there are those offerings, there are no other offerings surpasses it, then is unsurpassable offering. So there is no other offering surpasses it, is the etymology of unsurpassable offering. So and commonly then when we say unsurpassable offering, so there is a phrase saying unsurpassable offerings like the clouds of Samanta Bhadra offerings. So Samanta Bhadra refers to one of the 8 great bodhisattvas, Bodhisattva Samanta Bhadra.
So we saw the teacher you sing it. She was in the you sing it. We saw so. It is essential that you buy that. And it's not so that it's not treated as a war. 是的，你生下来，얘네 생기 돼 있으면 처가 그거다. 그걸 왜 처가 부산 집에서 와.
这些生计与心被
부산 저들 이게 생기는 와 지금 와. 부산 저들 이게 생기라. 와 지내네. 이게 생기 돼 있으면 처가 그거다. 그거다. 그걸 왜 처가. 부산 집이다. 와. 이거 대치 시간 기지. 이거 들어와. 부산 저들 보다 이거다. 부산 집.
So previously, I also briefly explained the meaning of Gun Sang. So Gun Sang also means all good. So literally it means all good. So there are different interpretations of this word. So the pattern is called Gun Sang. Gun is all, Sang is good. So the first one is, so when we explain this word Gun Sang, it can be explained from the perspective of Sutra. It can be explained from the perspective of Tantra. So from the Sutra perspective, this Gun Sang refers to Mahayana mind generation. So in other way of saying this is bodhicitta, Mahayana mind generation or bodhicitta. So and those offerings that are being conjoined with this Mahayana mind generation are unsurpassable offerings.
어떤 분석은 어떤 뒤에 생겨나 고아라는 뜻이죠. 근데 제가 뒤에 생겨나 봐 고아랑 어디 다 간다. 뒤에 생겨나 고상서 뒤에 생겨나 봐 고아지랑 어디 다 간다. 뒤에 생기기 심비 쳐봐더라. 고상 최대다. 그다는 쳐봐 드리죠. 야 고상서데 안주시 뭐 고상 동안이시나. 좋아. 야 고상서데 안주시 몇 고상 보다 고이나 안주시 몇 고상 봐. 대원의 제발이나서 간다. 안주시 몇 고동 군사적 정치심 바꾸는 사람은 대왕의 제발이나 안쪽으로 다지는 거죠. 자세 내 세계는 우리가 정치심 바꾸는 사람이와 군사적 정치심 바꾸는 사람한테 제 내가 달리신 주와이나 안쪽으로 다지는 거냐. 군사적 대단히래고 봐대. 무슨 논리로 이시고 되대. 와. 군사적 이 대단히래. 군사 지대 이게 생겨라 제발이나 군사적 이게 생겨라 제발이나 이게 생기 있으면 쳐봐 강가하다 각자 일어나는 거지만 거야지. 무슨 저들 무슨 군도 상관을 봐 봐도 담아 이나서 무슨 군사로 봐 샤바이나 양치와 비나지.
So Kusang can be explained in terms of Mahayana mind generation. So whatever offerings they are being conjoined with this Mahayana mind generation, then it becomes unsurpassable offerings or the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings. Then in terms of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, in terms of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, then there is modes of offerings as well in relation to this word Gun Sang.
当然都等到这个讲的是这个为啥这个提起生下来现在他提起生起就生的，对吧？刚刚的他看到那边去吧，也是去啥的，去啥的吧？然后就为啥这个详细规划了，搞吧，伊呢，这个跟他新闻的话，详细规划这详细你细节然后他看到详细规划上坡是的话，详细你细节然后详细规划上坡是吧的，等没些啊，就确保他没让那边到不及他就差的，到是不下去。我知道我说详细你细节的一对吧，是你细节了的有的行了确保有马的是，但是你细节有细节的了。那到有这个讲的，学了讲的，是吧？结果以后嘛的，结果以后嘛的，人呢，俺老是拿去吃饭的，我工作上面吃饭的，譬如说得了不管钱，他看的，是吧？像是工作上面吃饭的，是吧？去工商去的，工作上面去的，我是这样的，但得了家的，没事不玩呀。
So the second one is in terms of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, who is one of the 8 great Bodhisattvas. So this Bodhisattva Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offerings and aspirational prayers. So in general, these 8 great Bodhisattvas, in terms of good qualities, in terms of blessings, there is no difference. So they are all the same in good qualities and blessings. And however, there is a verse, there is a phrase, it says that how to make an offering just like Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. So there is a particular purpose of saying so.
那相信你是给了 原来的学了你了，他的学法那个呀，他说是有高级学法有的是，高级是吧？但是不你学法有的是，你学法有的是呢，说已经讲明了，样一呢，学了就高吧，学了就高吧，已经讲明了，学了是我吧，是吧？已经讲明学了给他的是他的，我讲是吧？学了是他的结果是吧？已经讲明了，学了就高吧是。学了就高吧是，是吧？学了就高吧的。常都觉得说你报的不多的是这东西，你报的不都是高的是吧？你报的不都是高的东西。那今天是有啊，今天是的这一，你报的这一东西，是吧？高不起东西。
全部人这话，
全部这话，是吧？这话不对，好像是在今天的这一还是是吧？我这一高的东西。但是你不话，干嘛对吧？是吧？你不的，是设计票啊，说起，我听。设的具体的票啊，说在另外的
赛句咯，
票，很多人不是说到刚才设计这样票，要么是个没设计啊，设计没设计是不吧？设计不的是设计票是搞不定的，个别我想啊，有的时候啊，设计票就那当不起这个的吧？啥？成本多少？
句写的，
设计，就是这个句，设计有票。
句啥句？
这是句的句啊，
句的句咯。
设句，这是吧？
So even though these 8 great bodhisattvas are similar in terms of good qualities and blessings, so however they are, in particular context, then they are, so they have a certain, they are, 到处爸爸人的 decay 吧有咯。
高不起了，也是，高不起他是，也是，变嘛，学了给他是了，为了吧？那20多岁的，是吧？40多岁，前叫盲目的时候，那样的，你把怎么过是这个，那身体里边他对了，宿舍楼大了对，放到200多的，对，没人别当去了，有的是，没人结果去了，别往死的呢，我这个肯定往死的时候，对吧？可能去那个时候的那个，没事的，对，我是来去那个，没事，这个我啊，现在别那都是去那个，没事就了不？那在那新闻呢，人家都是没事去那个，是吧？我听不到起来是吧？就是没事给起来不是吧？这干嘛都地里头了嘛，结果呢，经济要不行，经济要不起来吧，但是呢，经济那边没有问题，那嘛了，那这一点没问题是吧？那么新闻呢，那这要不呢，那就是没事，你是搞不是的，到这里来去嘛，我让他看，什么让他看嘛是这里哇，我这里没事搞不。
So these 8 great bodhisattvas, they are same. They have the same good qualities and blessings. However, in particular context, then different bodhisattvas, or individual bodhisattvas, they have a particular context that they relate to. So, for example, Manjushri is the deity of wisdom. So this is the particular context a particular bodhisattva is related to. So Manjushri is the deity of wisdom, and Vajrapani. So Vajrapani is the deity of power. Kuan Yin or Genrezi is the deity of love. Siddhikarma is the deity that relates to increase the nourishment in the ground, the nourishment of the ground. So Siddhikarma as it relates to increasing or increment of the nourishments in the ground. So this particular bodhisattva is related to a particular context, even though they have the same good qualities and blessings. So just like engineering in modern days, and we say engineering. So in general, they are engineerings, and however, one is specialized in lanes, and the other is specialized in making house and etc., building house and etc. So those, even though they are same in being an engineers, and however they have their specialized fields. Have certain fields they are specializing.
Then similarly, if one is one knows different languages such as English and Chinese, and particularly they are one is specialized in English, for example. So in a similar concept, then these eight way bodhisattvas are linked to a particular context.
我特别是比如啊，当我是我的我的设计出来了，我不太觉得，他具体的话，我历史的话，历史的我都一定中国了，我不晓得一定中国，是吧？一个的对吧？一定中国了，历史是不对，是吧？是吧？但能给你过有啊，能给你过的啊，你们就是话写完了，你们就是话写完了，他不是大家的是吧？能给你们，是吧？你说。没办法，想法的话，想法的话，想法的话这边你是给他想法的东西交钱交吧，也就给交吧了嘛，你是给让你进行差不多就是交吧，
假设一
交吧，交吧，想法是在全球性是交吧，我等这个交吧去，我不去上去，也是交吧各不上去，是吧？也是交吧，我也是继续是还是继续是吧？那也是交吧，也是交吧是吧？我不去上去。当然说，像是病的时候，它也是多了。
The next one is Sava Nivarana Vistambin. So this is a deity. This is a deity linked to. This is a particular deity in relation to purifying obscurations. So literally also means eliminate obscurations. So Sava Nivarana Viskambin. So in Tibetan it's called Dipan Namse. So Dipan Namse literally translate it will be eliminates obscurations. So this is a particular deity in relation to purifying obscurations. Then the next one is Akasha Kaba. So Akasha Kaba is a particular deity in relation to eliminating afflictions. Yeah, a particular deity in relation to eliminating afflictions. The next one is Maitreya. So Maitreya is a particular deity in relation to Bodhisattva Deeds, such as Bodhicitta and so forth. And next one is Samantabhadra.
That's what is number one. That's a very fully presented. You know, so the house is number so they bought a melon to cover it. Yes, they bought a melon. Wow, they bought a melon to cover it. What that is that they got a melon to cover it. Had Suza, Chanson, they say, you know, being like that means Chevrolet. It's a good something during that was a love. Wow. 所以你性格上个有的现在的情况有嘛？你那你是说搞不起情况有的也是那有吧？搞不起情况也是说的，那不是说的，嘛是情况的没让搞不起，你就还是强也是，是吧？我这里还强是个相对不能上面决定大多的，你像我熊猫猫的这个就是，我决定的话，我是不能决定大多是跟毛毛的。
And Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offerings and aspirational prayers. So therefore, that's why this phrase is common by saying that unsurpassable offerings like the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings, because this deity or this Bodhisattva Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offerings and aspirational prayers due to the aspirational prayers they made when they worked for the welfare of sentient beings. When they committed to work for the welfare of sentient beings. So because of this, then the Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offering and aspirational prayers. That's why this common phrase, it says, unsurpassable offerings like the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings.
强制棍子上面嘛，这情况不当的，这临时性就是，我这强制棍子上面情况的，可能说都想我说，那不上辈，阿爸的查，他们我说，那么呢，那不上辈就是嘛，是吧？他们那个那不上辈的就是，那不上辈的，那不上辈说的，这个有的，要把上百天，我们立即给
行动不得不，
行动不，你那个真的是，啊，就我平常的行为的嘛，说，跟着上辈情况不当的，我说，包括得知老头的情况。 바쁘버가 레니 바게시 도와 파자리
Babubuga,
바부부가 리는 거 요새 지와 타자 야리 밖에
visit Tagya.
요새 지와 타자 대화 타지비
Mm.
와 타자리 요새 대다리 레기 니라 한다 의사 지와 타자리 더 의사도 찬스 공 그런 거 보시와 요새 레기 니라 니모 요새 레기 니모라 의사 지와 타자리 와 요새 니모라 의사 지와 타자리
Visit Yang the Gunsang Tagya Yori.
요새 레기 의사 타자리 의사들 찬스랑 보시와 의사 타자리 와 딱 의사 타자리 되리 레레라 한다 요새 자타 그래서 내가 가디로 와 요새 자타 배 쓰는 와 요새 그래서 수업아 딱 자타 들어와 다 들리게 레레라 한다 그래서 찾아보 레레라 아 정말 좋아라 괜히 신경 못 쓰게 그래서 레레라 저 찾아가 들어라 그래서 레레게 저도 좀 와. 근데 오늘 너무 쓰는 거 너무 상대도 teleba 너무 상대들봐 요새 chuy가 나타나고 있지
Timos Nobu Sambodi.
너무 상대들 요새 상대들 요새 봐 되게 와 되게 딱 이거가 맞게 힘냈어 어떤데 근데 현실 군자들 쳐다 또 내가 너무 상대해서 내가 도서 너무 상대들봐 요새 봐 시와 찾아봤더니 또 쳐봐봐 맞지 그래서 그래서
So when it Babubuga, Gigi, Suli Babubuga. Buga Gigi, we say Tagya, we say Gigi, Yang Kundus for Tagya, anything Kunsang Gigi, Yang Timo Nobu Sambodi, Namni, anything Nobudi, Yang we say, treating, Namkakawa, treating the người support.
对对，
去年người support.
我们是这个的，
去年对我了。
这个
Yeah. So these unsurpassable offerings like the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings. So this is something like this. This Samantabhadra. So Samantabhadra himself, then from each and every pore of his body, hundreds of light rays emanates, and each of these light ray, each and every light ray, there are hundreds of Samantabhadras, and each and every Samantabhadra has a whole wish fulfilling jewel in his palms. And from each and every wish fulfilling jewel, light rays radiate, emanates clouds of offerings, filling the whole space and actually offer. So that is why it's called unsurpassable offerings, like the offerings of Samantabhadra offerings. So it's very extensive. So Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, from each and every pore of his body, hundreds of light rays radiate. Each and every light ray, there are hundreds Samantabhadras, and each and every Samantabhadra whole wish fulfilling jewel in his palms, and light rays radiate, emanates clouds of offerings, filling the whole space and fully offer. So that's why it's very common to say when you make an offerings that is like the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings. So like the explanations I mentioned just now, Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, from each pore there are hundreds of light rays. Then there are each and every light rays there are hundreds of Samantabhadras in his hands holding wish-fulfilling jewels, and light rays radiate, emanates clouds of offerings, filling the whole space and offer. So that's why this phrase is common, that when you make an offerings that is like the the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings, because Bodhisattva Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offering and inspirational prayers.
当然说，来当部啊，咱确实不当球是吧？来当部不算确定不当是吧？地球是吧？就是来当部也不算确定不当。那来当部也不算确定不当的，看到的是呢，我说当部在满他嘛，那对吧？在满他嘛，不对吧？情况没问题，我们也是啊，咱们不对不起，满他嘛，不对不起，你讲我那个
类似到
我的这个他隧道是吧？对满他嘛，不对不起。对完他妈的对完了，他起码的话，对完了，他让你跟着上面，而且这个对完了，你跟着上面，
然后跟住上
让你跟着上面，他让你有的跟着上面的话，让你跟着上面，对吧？对吧？他那就的，但他妈动了，让你跟着上面，让你去这个跟上，他妈动了，他妈动了，你看，跟着上面，他妈动地图啊，跟上。是跟着跟对，是吧？他跟着不能，他跟着看起来，他没了，我对吧？一定有不能过去那个节，你能不吧？一定有不能过去那个节，其他的话，不是就没办法吧？就跟着去吧，那去吧，你哪个上去不看，是吧？对不对？你在哪个看对的，对吧？要我是在这边的那个，第二个是别人这个钱。是吧？这没关系，可以没关系，我的，那我现在讲了，那你可以是那个电话给，一次把结束上都是吧，是老关系，
你上面的话，
我是电话，是那个第一把基本就是是，基本上是吧？然后那里那上面第一把，基本就是说基本的票，对呢，是吧？基本票的话，我这里写书上没关系，也是，那等于说连党务不上面基本不是。
So and but there is modes of offerings the Samantabhadra. There is a modes of offerings, the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings for a beginner. So the modes of offerings, the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings for a beginner is like this. So one visualize there is a lotus with 1,000 petals. So first visualize a lotus with 1,000 petals, and in the middle, oneself visualize as Samantabhadra, Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, and then there are 1,000 petals, 1,000 lotus petals, right? So and then these 1,000 petal lotus, 1,000 petals visualize as 1,000 Samantabhadras, and then all Samantabhadras in their in our palms holding wish fulfilling jewels, holding wish fulfilling jewel, and from each and every jewel emanates clouds of offerings, filling up the whole space, and offer to conquerors and their children. In dependence on this offering, conquerors and their children are satisfied with uncontaminated bliss. So this is how we visualize. This is the visualizations for offering the offerings of Samantabhadra. So offering the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings for a beginner. So this is how a beginner visualize offering clouds of Samantabhadra offerings to conquerors and bodhisattvas. So first, visualize there is a lotus with 1,000 petals, and in the middle, oneself visualize as Samantabhadra, and these 1,000 petals emanates as Samantabhadra. These 1,000 petals emanates as Samantabhadra, and all Samantabhadra holding wish fulfilling jewel in our palms. and then from which each and every duo emanates clouds of offerings, filling up the whole space, and offered to conquerors and their children. In dependence on these offerings, visualize that those conquerors and their children are satisfied with uncontaminated bliss. So this is how a beginner offer the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings.
나도 나도 저 비하는 아주 배 생각하는 제가 쉬운데 나도 제가 비도와 제가 내자 그러면서 내가 그거 그게 기술 비하 많이 해서 그 많은 그 말이 기술 비하 말이 인간 기술 비하 말이 매장 말이 좋아 내가 무슨 우리가 기술 그거 할때 안에 기술이나 이거 말에 다른 라인에서 썩어 기술을 라인에서
소자대로
그래서 이야기 제나가 이야기 유인한다 와 이세벨 이세벨 여다 비유 야 선도 비 상담을 달라가 서버 제시 와 니니 다 쳐봐요 와
비유 당상으로
비유 이세벨 여들라 누가 책임이네 기억이 제대로 누가 정치 니래로 딱한다 이세벨 여주로 그래서 여다 본조로 우리는 등록고다 우리는 치다 이 이야기 나지라 뭐 마찬 이거 세게 되고 뭐는 이게 이 선바자지 못해 와 앞에 비하게 제대 뭐고 되지 와 제대 뭐고 되지 이게 제 매도 강지나 아서도 매도 강지 거는 소소 뇌라는 매도 같은 거는 봐 우리 봐 어떻게 있어야 어다 되게 네 비하데 예달라 지중데 그런게 선바자지 좀 돌아가는 거예요 the peer Z da digi that is one room yes so room yes oh somebody actually yes that was for sanji chila so padachi da cheme china nedo china da roa was kuchil tembo kumin dina bandone kula so nedo kamchi inada padachi piwa inada cheme kamchi piwa inada da tembi kuchil 매바치네 비싸게 찌라라 매바치네 얘네 제바다 땜비 꾸질라 비우데 땜바 앞에 선 조리자와 쓰게 되었다 마음 매바치라 비우요 사 여기 매바 제바이나 따뜻 뺀이 바치와 계속 뺀이 바치 좋아 뺀이 바치와 그래서 땜비 꾸질라 나서는 못 나왔지 아 땜비 땜바 맞에 봐 저 쓰게 되었다 그런데 발을 비우었어 매바치 이해를 가서 가도 이제 땜비 꾸질라 가서 가다 비우러 와 땜비 비우러 와 매도 지바이나 되겠습니다. 다 피하게 제 매도 대파 다는 게 같이 피부에서 먼저 나만 그냥 찌랑 많이 쓰나 많이 봐. 그냥 별로 전에 배 전에 대파 들리지 피부에서. 그래서 내가 제 그래 제가 쉬고 그래서 먼저 그래서 납치주가 제가 들리지 그래서 뭐 들리서 그래서 그래도
So through offerings, we accumulate collections of merits, and the roots of virtue, whether it's extensive or not, it is not mainly based on the extensive amount of the offerings or the preciousness of those offerings is not mainly based on the extensive amount or the amount of offerings or the preciousness of the offerings or values of those offerings. So in order to accumulate an extensive merit through offerings, so the main thing that it depends on is one's attitude. So or one's attitude or one's mind. So it means that when you make an offerings, then you do a visualization that you are offering extensive offerings countless offerings to countless objects of offerings. So objects of offerings here is a recipients of the offerings. So for example, if when we offer, even when we offer one star to one Buddha statue, or even when we are offering one stalk of flowers or one lamp or one light to the Buddha statue, so we should expand our mind. Expand our mind means that you do not think that I'm just offering one flower to one Buddha statue. So you visualize that you're offering countless offerings. So countless flowers, lamps, kata, and etc. to countless recipients of offerings, such as not just one Buddha Shakyamuni. Then you visualize that there are countless recipients of offerings. So together with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. So when you make an offerings in this, when you make an offering visualizing in this way, then it makes your accumulations of collections become extensive.
자, 오늘 내 정보에 무슨 수도관도 집어보지도 마지도 지로와 내 정보 그자 그래서 집어보는 실자로와 성도도 두지로와 내 정보 그래서 집어보실 때 정보 정보 미시게 그 그거도 집어보는 거도 집어들 이거다 이놈다 제비도 파송가 미시게 다 간다 이거 치워다 종합 정보 쌓아 그거 되게 쉬워 요래 미시게 시간 뒤에 집어 치료를 했어. 실내 미신 뒤에 집어 요래서 어떻게 간다고 그때 중에 기재다 다시 시대가 아 처럼 보내 수수는 말하는 생기기 된다 좋아라 수수 말하는 게 대랑 개가 지금 뭐야 그러니까 한번 승부자 나갈 거네.
So remember the modes of making the clouds of Samantabhadra offerings for a beginner. So remember that how to do the visualization. So I have already explained it to you. So keep it in your mind. So because if one were to make an offerings in this way, so as the visualization that I mentioned just now, then the blessings that one will receive definitely will be a special one because due to the fact that Bodhisattva Samantabhadra is a particular deity in relation to offerings and aspirational prayers. So even though their qualities, these eight great bodhisattvas, their qualities are exactly the same, the blessings are exactly the same. However, due to the commitment or the way of thinking when they committed to help to work for the welfare of sentient beings. So because of this difference, so the blessings that one will receive, it makes a big difference when you. So there is a difference when you make offerings in relation to particular deity, or particular bodhisattva.
아무도 레우님과 디바샤가 들어와 레우님과 시작 도와주는 것도 진짜 노고도 되는 지열에 해봐다 와 스타트 시작도 내모도 다 해볼 제가 저도 지열에 다 신으로 도와는 것을 저거도 것을 다시 왜 이래래 아 이거 차
오늘 아니 데이터 봤어 어디요?
레우님과 다 레우님과 먼저 샤바를 거두와 디나도 된다도 나도 쳐봐다지 차서는 야로로서 네모도 좀 차도 지고 시기와 시 대신은 다 쳐봐들어서
내일부터 시작동시 어디?
네모 담아 샤네모도 좀 샤도 지와 어디 시요와 시는 장가서 쳐봐들어서 아니가 제일 지나데 다 이게였어 좋아 그 차도 많은 야로로 샤도는 거야.
So in this second chapter, confessions of negativities. So there are four main outlines. The first one is offering. The second one is prostration or paying homage. The third one is going for refuge. And the last one is confessing negativities by way of four opponent powers. So we have covered the first division, offerings. So next class, I'm going to talk about paying homage or prostration. So stop here. So we don't have much time for question and answer. If you have any, please ask in next class. So we conclude with dedication. We dedicate the fruit of virtue to the flourishing of Buddha Dharma and to the excellent happiness of all sentient beings. We also dedicate these fruits of virtue to all upholders of Buddha's teaching, mainly His Holiness the Dalai Lama. May they live long, have good health, and may all their enlightened activities and holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all directions. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to our beloved teacher, Kagyu Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May Ramistigan reincarnations of Rinpoche be swiftly returned and continue to turn the wheel of Dharma for the sake of teachings as sentient beings, so that we will have the opportunity to receive the proper teachings from Rinpoche again. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to the world, peace, and happiness. May wars, conflicts, disaster, natural disaster, diseases, pandemic be pacified immediately. Iwa de den dang zhuwa kun la kan be dang ke bao je zun lo sang zha ba ye ten be ning bo rin do se je zhu chan chu sen cho rin bo je ma ke pa nang ki kyu ji ke ba nyam ma me ba yang ko ye ko do pe wa zhu da we ji da ke ma dang kun do sang bo de yang de shin de da kun ge je su da lo je ke wa de da dang je rap do mo da wo rin bo je ma ke pa nang ki kyu ji ke ba nyam ma me ba yang ko ne ko do pe wa zhu da wo rin bo je ma ke pa nang ki kyu ji ke ba nyam ma me ba yang ko ne ko do pe wa zhu in接送多久别让其接生在看见的跟前那边莫得真叫做拉斯瓦的所现的人就说看这边的马路吧看你就会上边一些诺看的做没得真叫做拉斯瓦的所这些人就说把这些人让做路上给我也是给把这让家新的家用马路边的没把准备给那个用准备都得过去去当准备自己白话了必须准备国家建准备这种那么说话的边的马路就为国际部给边的那么就多我一点垃圾都怎么这边不希望是的来帮我当就是个手请了当就是那去都给老婆接路没得被扬州上被动非常接被动有些说我为新港的本当的话马路中为那边是往真正要做一条别是的报道定住去